you study the earthquake, right?
Right.
Like it's like a longitude wave, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how? So we know that earthquake is longitude wave. We know that the sunquake is a longitude wave, right?
Right.
So somewhere between, there has to be a longitude wave. We got longitude vibration at the sun. Okay, we have longitude wave in the space medium, and you got longitude wave at the Earth. So when the sun vibrates, the Earth vibrates because the Earth is a receiver. But it's a receiver that pick up longitude wave. So
That makes sense. Perfect sense.
and you think about it, but it doesn't look like antenna, right? Earth is like a sphere, ball sphere, spherical shape, and if you look at the sun in spherical shape, it doesn't look like an antenna like the one on the roof, right?
Right.
So if you think about it, if you look at all the Tesla stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they're all spherical shape.
Yeah.
If you look at it, if you look at patterns and how he transmit things wirelessly, you have a spherical ball, and you know, his tower, and you know, all kinds of. He's one of the Tesla. I'm going to show some experiments at a conference.
When you think about it that way, one begins to wonder if something like an earthquake here could cause, in some ways, a sunquake on the sun. It doesn't always have to be the sun transferring to Earth. I can't tell you how many times we've seen a major earthquake on this planet or a major volcano eruption, and within an hour or two later, there's a major solar eruption.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch every single day and you're paying attention to these things, it's very, very clear what's going on.
Yes, it's synchronicity.
Yeah.
It's depend. That's why it depends on what you look at as a cause or not. It's all simultaneous. It's one system.
Yeah.
And the only way I explain this is through resonance system. It's like a standing wave. You have two nodes, right? In standing wave, you have in the resonance system there are nodes where it's a stable point.
Is that what we were looking at the with the Chladni plate?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I'm with you.
That's one there. Yes, the Chladni plates. If one's move, the others will move.
Mm-hmm.
If the others move, the others will move.
Yeah.
So depends on where you observe, or what you observe and how you observe. You see movement in synchronicity. Sometimes the sun move first, the earth move. Sometimes the earth move first, then the sun move. And the cause and effects kind of, but there are just the one that's on the trigger, which is like a precursor. Mm-hmm. Typically, you can look at the sun as a precursor because there are patterns where they both happen simultaneously, and the patterns where the Earths typically occur about 3 days afterward.
Yeah.
If you observe pattern closely, is about 3 to 4 days afterwards, mm-hmm. which matches with solar wind. But it doesn't really matter which one is a cause or not. But if our intention is to detect earthquakes or forecast natural disaster or some kind, then we have to look at something as an indicator, and if you have to sum all the indicators together.
Yeah.
To make a good prediction. Yeah. So typically, if we want to look at the sun as one of major indicator, you can also look at planets as indicator, mm-hmm. and and you, let's say, for example, like Nepal earthquakes, the one that you gave warning, right?
Right.
So we've got that coronal hole down south, moderate power only, but enough for a minor quake watch. Also note the ones coming in a few days on the equator and north of that in front of the giant filament. Right now the quake watch is enhanced, however, by multiple flare energies earlier this week and the planetary geometry. We have a geocentric conjunction of Mercury and Mars. By the way, we are just a few more days away from the primary heliocentric conjunction. This should be a big solar uptick. But back to this enhanced quake watch. United States gets the surprise prize of the day with both Idaho and California rocking way above normal magnitude. We also had a significant earthquake in New Zealand. And folks, I didn't mention this yesterday because I hadn't yet fully vetted any pre-eruption signals, but there are none. This was not a foreseen explosion and likely counts lumped in with those other underground events.
How do you say what is the cause? Because they all happen simultaneously. If you have one thing happen the other way, there's something else happen in the opposite direction, and
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the reason why you know, that's the reason why we described it as an enhanced earthquake watch. I almost never do that. I did it once in 2013, and I think I did it twice in 2012. The second time I did it in 2012, I was
yeah,
completely wrong. But it was there was the coronal hole, the planets. There appeared to be a sector boundary coming in the solar wind, and that change
yeah,
from positive to negative or negative to positive is huge. And there were so many things I didn't even know which one to point to, and so I just said, "Look, this is going to be an enhanced earthquake watch."
yeah. That's the way we have to do forecasts in the future, because we cannot use one theory to explain everything,
Right.
and every theory in science is a perception,
Hmm.
and perception is just like you're looking in only one side of the big picture.